So we will look at earned value management. Now earned value is a industry standard way to measure a project's success or project's progress, forecasts its completion date and final cost, and provides schedule and budget variance along the way. Now this particular method is a very good way of finding out whether you are progressing or not progressing as per expectation. Now by integrating these measures, it provides consistent numerical indicators with which you can evaluate and compare project. So what you generally do is there are two specific indexes which is calculated. One is called a cost performance index and the other is called a schedule performance index. We will see how those are calculated, and it is these values which will clearly state that whether the project is going on time or is going delayed, whether it is as consuming the right amount of budget or it is consuming more budget or less budget will be understood clearly from this index. So WBS and work units and tracking progress by the accumulated value of completed work units. It's a work, as work is performed, it is earned on the basis of as it is planned in rupees, dollars or quantifiable units. Now the concept here is that when you are doing the work, suppose you ask to build 4 walls. Once you build the 4 walls, you will get your payment. But that 4 walls, building the 4 walls will take you 20 days. So 5 days per wall. Now you will get your money at the end of 20 days. But say if you are checking at the end of 5 days, how much of progress has happened? If you have completed 1 wall, you have done 1/4 of the work. Now if you see what is your actual expense, it should be equal to or less than 25% of your total cost or budget. So this way you calculate, we will see in greater details how it is done. Now please go through these very slowly and please understand, and also please remember these. You have to remember this whole set of formulas. So the first thing is planned value or PV. That is the approved cost baseline for the work in progress. So if the 4 walls cost 1000 rupees, then 1000 is your planned value. Earned value, the budgeted value of completed work package at the specified point. So 4 walls is 1000, so 1 wall is 250 rupees. So if you have completed 1 wall, then you have earned 250 rupees. If you have completed 1.5 walls, that means you have earned 375 rupees. And actual cost is the actual cost of that you have spent, say in terms of man, material and machine. So here if you have spent actually for bricks, cement, sand and for the labor, if you have spent say 200 rupees, then 200 is your actual cost. Certain other acronyms that you need to remember is that because the PMP is an examination which has started long time back, there are still some of the questions which sometime pops up based on the previous, which were done long time back. So the previous terminologies are used. So BCWS, which is budgeted cost of work scheduled, is actually planned value. So remember that PV is BCWS. So some questions might have, you might have PV, EV, AC, with probability of which is much high, is the maximum. But sometimes you also get some older questions, and that's the reason this is mentioned here. BCWS is planned value. BCWP, that is budgeted cost of work performed, is earned value. And AC is the ACWP, actual cost of work performed, which is your AC, PV, EV and AC. So these are the three different terminology which is used in calculation of earned value. So what is your cost variance, which is CV? CV is earned value minus actual cost. Remember which side is what? Earned value minus AC, not AC minus EV. It is earned value minus actual cost. So if you have earned 375 and if you have spent 400, that means you are you are over budget. You have spent more. That means your minus, that is negative value of cost variance CV, means that you are over budget. So anything less is bad. Schedule variance also is the same. Earned value minus planned value. Negative is behind schedule, positive is ahead of schedule. Then you have CPI and SPI. CPI is EV by AC, that is earned value by actual cost. Again, higher the better. So if it is 1, that means you are going as per your budget. If it is less than 1, that is 0.8, 0.9, 0.75, the lower the bad. So that means that you are over budget. But if you are more than 1, that is 1.1, 1.2 like that, that means you are under budget. You are spending less than what you had expected to spend. Same thing, schedule variance. Schedule variance is earned value minus planned value. So here again, if you are negative and less than 1, you are behind schedule. If you are positive, you are ahead of schedule. Are you clear up to this? I would like everybody to respond. See, this is a very important concept, earned value, and it's one of the best tools for managing progress of project, measuring progress of project. And very mature organizations are able to use this. There are many organizations across the world, but still they are not able to use earned value management. So it requires a very good and efficient and mature project management practice in place to be able to do earned value management. Now, based on the current scenario, you have to decide or forecast what will happen in future. That means your estimate to complete. That means what is your, how much more money you will need to complete this project. So that is your BAC minus EV. Remember what was BAC? BAC was the total cost of the project. So represents the cost of the work required to complete remaining project tasks when the current variances are not expected to continue. So BAC minus earned EV means that whatever is left minus earned value, which means that the rest of the project will go as per plan. Then you use the formula BAC minus EV. The next formula is for the same ETC is ETC is equal to BAC minus EV by CPI, which means that the cost of work required to complete remaining project tasks when the current variances are expected to continue. That means that if suppose you are going on a delay, there is a delay in your project. So if you expect that the same delay will continue for the rest of the work also, the same kind of delay, then you say ETC is equal to, then you use ETC is equal to BAC minus EV by CPI. That means the same delay will continue. Now you have to calculate what is estimate at completion. That means what is your final figure that is going to come. So actual cost plus estimate to completion will give you what will be the total cost of the project as opposed to what you have budgeted. Estimate at completion using remaining budget represents the projected total final cost of the work when completed, when the initial assumptions are no longer valid due to changed circumstances. That means actual cost plus budgeted completion minus earned value, which is AC plus ETC. But you use another formula called BAC by CPI, which represents that the projected total final cost of work when completed, when the current variances are considered typical variances. That means it will continue. Then there is an estimated completion where you have to hit a fixed firm date of completion. Then it is AC plus BAC minus earned value by cumulative CPI into cumulative SPI. Now here this is calculated when you are calculating CPI SPI at each stage. That's why cumulative CPI and cumulative SPI. And the final positive negative variance is shown by BAC minus EAC. So estimated budgeted completion minus estimated completion is your variance at completion. So is this clear? Any questions? Yes, we have to remember this, these equations. Doesn't it remind you of the school days? Okay, so now you have the other one, the 2 complete performance index. CPI that needs to be achieved for the rest of the project value to be earned. That is work remaining by funds remaining. So TCPI based on BAC is BAC minus EV by BAC minus AC. And TCPI based on new EAC is BAC minus EV by EAC minus AC. So we have to remember these formulas. How many questions can we expect from this? Maybe around 5, if you are fortunate enough. See, it looks difficult because we are looking at it for the first time after a long time where we are doing these mathematical calculations, but believe me, these are easy to do and this you can score well. So if you have 5 questions, those 5 questions are sure to be right. That's how it is. So let us look at, we will do some exercises, so we will find it okay. So EVM is the process measuring the performance of the project work against what was planned to identify variances, opportunities to improve the project, or just check the project's health. It is a system of mathematical formulas that compares work performed against work planned and measures the actual cost of work the project has performed. EVM is an important part of cost control since it allows a project manager to predict future variances from the expenses to date within the project. So if you see the planned value, it is the work scheduled and the budget authorized to accomplish that work. If a project cost is $400,000 and planned to finish in a year, after 6 months it is supposed to be 50%. Hence planned value at that month is 200,000, which is 50% of 400,000. Now remember, earned value is always calculated at a point of time. So here, if you see this example, here we are talking about at the after 6 months. So at the end of 6 months, what is your planned value? At the end of 6 months, your planned value is half. You should have completed half of the project. So half of the project means 200,000. So standing at the half of the year after 6 months, your planned value is 200,000. Your budget at completion was 400,000. What is your earned value? EV is the physical work completed to date and the authorized budget for the work. In the previous example, if the project work at the end of 6 months is 45, what is the earned value? So that means 45% of 400,000, which is 1,85,000. Is this part clear? So BAC is 400,000. So keep writing down these one after the other in your note sheet. 400,000 is your BAC. After 6 months, 50% of the work. So 50% of 400,000 is 200,000. So the amount of work that you have planned to complete is 50%, which is 200,000 worth of work. So that's why your planned value is 200,000. What is your earned value? It is saying that you have completed 45% of the work. So if you have completed 45% of the work, it means that you have done 45% of 400,000, which is 1,85,000. So from this, you can see clearly that you have done less work than expected. So if you look at just the schedule part of it, because the actual cost is not mentioned in this example, that's the reason you cannot find the cost, but you can find the schedule variance, the schedule scenario, and you see that you were supposed to do 200,000 worth of work at the end of 6 months, but you have done 1,85,000 worth of work, which means that you have done $15,000 less worth of work, which means you are behind schedule. Is this logic clear? Everyone, is this logic clear? Okay. Great. So let's take this. You are a project manager for a construction of 20 miles of sidewalk. according to your plan, the cost of construction will be 15,000 per mile and will be taking 8 weeks to complete. 2 weeks into the project, you have spent 55,000 and completed 4 miles of sidewalk, and you want to report performance and determine how much time and cost remain. On the next few slides, we will walk through that. So what is your BAC? What is the budget at completion for this project? It is 20 miles into 15,000 per mile, which is, so 20 miles into 15,000 per mile, which is 300,000. So your budget at completion is 300,000. So what is your planned value? Where are you now? You are at the, where are you now? When are you calculating this? 2 weeks into the project. What is the total time? Total time was 8 weeks. So 2 weeks out of 8 weeks is what? 1/4. 25%, right? So the planned value is how much? That is 25% of 300,000, which is 75,000 after 2 weeks. Clear? So planned value is, so in this case we have completed. Now what is your earned value? How much have you completed? 4 miles of a 20-mile project, which is 4 miles of 20 miles means 1/5. 1/5 means 20%. So we multiply that percentage by BAC and we get here earned value. So 20% of 300,000 is 60,000. So this tells us that we have completed 60,000 work and we have earned $60,000 worth of value for the project. Now what was your actual cost? The problem already had stated that the actual cost you have spent is $55,000. Did you understand how we got the earned value? Okay. So what is your cost variance? So earned value minus actual cost is your cost variance. So your 60,000 is your earned value. You have spent 55,000. So you have a positive variance of 5,000. What does that mean? That means you have spent 5,000 less than what is expected to do the work. So you are doing good as far as cost is concerned. Now look at the schedule variance. Schedule variance is earned value minus planned value. That is 60,000 minus 75,000, which is minus 50,000, which means that you are behind schedule. Right? Okay. Now one question for you. In an IT industry, if you have in your project this kind of a situation, so your project, you are the sponsor, let's say, and your project manager has given you this CPI and SPI. what do you derive out of this? Give me one example of a situation, the reason why it can be you have spent less but you are behind schedule. One example of an analysis that can be done can be a reason which may lead to this kind of a situation. If Ranjit says resources were not on board, resources are not on board is not going to help, because then you will not have your actuals calculated itself, and your work would not have started itself. So your planned value itself will be different. That means work has not started. So, but low experience resource can be one. A lot of times we find resource unavailable is not the case. One of the major issue can be low experience resource. You have the resource, you have done the work, because here it shows that you have done the work. There was no scenario where there is no work done. I mean, no situation where the work is not being done. You have done the work for 2 weeks. So that means that your resources were there. But what has happened is you have done less. So you have put, like in our IT industry, we have asked for 4 experience resources. What you have got? 1 experience resource and 3 freshers. So what, and 2 freshers rather, not even 3. So 2 freshers. Now with that, when you do the work, this is what the exact effect will be. The freshers cost is less. So you are doing well with budget, because you may have put 4 experience resource. So experience resource cost is higher, whereas you have got fresher where cost is lower. So you are doing well with your cost, but because of their productivity, you are not able to achieve the target of completing the work. So you have got a schedule variance. So this is the kind of analysis which you can do. It's not required for the exam though, but this is the kind of analysis that you are expected to do in your project when you see a cost and schedule variance like this with a CPI and SPI index. So what is your cost performance index? It is 60,000 by 55,000. That is your earned value by actual cost. So it is 1.09. As we said, 1 or greater is good. But if you go to the next one, you will find that earned value by planned value, which is 60,000 by 75,000, is 0.8, which means you are behind schedule. Is this calculation clear? Any questions so far? No questions? So what is the estimated completion? So it is the amount we expect the project to cost based on where we are relative to cost and schedule. So EAC is equal to BAC by CPI. So which means that we are saying that the same kind of delay will continue, because you will continue with the same set of inexperienced resources. So 300,000 divided by 1.09. So in terms of cost, we are going to be at an advantage. So instead of spending $300,000, we are going to spend $229.36 as to complete the project, which means we will spend less. So what is the estimate to completion? Estimate to completion is this EAC minus what we have already spent. So 275, 229.36 minus 55 which we have already spent. So we have to spend another 220,229.36 to complete the project. This is from the cost point of view. And what is the variance at completion? We were supposed to complete at 300,000. We are now going to complete at 275,000. So there is a $24,770.64 benefit that we will get by doing this. So if it is not important for you to meet the schedule, you are doing good. But if the deadline, the schedule is important enough, then just by looking at the cost will not help. So it is not going to show the not going to be good for you.